Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Rivals draft here on Big Nerf Gaming. It's our fourth and ho, 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 ho. Well, that's an open. We gotta bring up some card prices because I don't know what if like. I mean, foil mythics tend to be, oh, come on. Oh, don't tell me my internet died. That'd be terrible. No. Okay. We're taking the foil mythic for now. Twilight Prophet's probably better, but we haven't got to play with Angrath yet. Do we just want Twilight Prophet? Yeah, we're taking the Twilight Prophet. It's a better card than the Angrath, even though the Angrath is a foil mythic. And I think they're, you know. Oh, yeah, now you want to load. So it looks like I'm gonna got a couple more dollars for the Angrath, but I'm not gonna be too mad about it. Oh, this card is great, but very far from what we can play. We obviously just want to be vampires, so I don't really have a problem just snapping up the Sky Marcher here. You can also talk me into the Luminous Bond, but I think Sky Marcher seems very good. It is double white to go with a double black first card, which, you know, not ideal, I will admit. Or do we just take it? No, we're taking the Sky Marcher. Oh, we'll take a Tomb Robber. Wow. We're going to get something back from this pack, too. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, it might put somebody else into vampires because there's so many vampire cards. I mean, this card has seemed strong, though, every time we've played against it. I mean, a lot of these cards are good, though. Ulsworn, less good than I thought, like I said in the last draft, but still solid. I do like the Sky Marcher, obviously, as I just took one. Voracious Vampire is good. Glorifier is still playable. Dusk Martyr is good. Like, all these are good. But I like the Tomb Router. It's a okay card when you play it and a good card for late game. This pack is obviously far less good. We got a couple choices here. We could reach out and just take something that we know is good and powerful, and I mean, we could still be blue-black, like, and just have the Prophet and the Awakening. And play kind of control-y. We also maybe take a Gleaming Barrier, because we're already kind of control. I think we'll take the Awakening. Oh, Baffling End is good. Do we try to keep our eyes on the prize and take the Baffling End, stay in white-black? And get some of those vampire payoffs going for later? But, like, Prophet's also just good. Though Corsair is not ideal in the blue-black defensive deck we would want. Let's take the Baffling End. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's a good defensive creature, and we will have ways to gain life. as we just work our way towards the Ascend. I think we're going to go like that. This card has some sweet art. I will say that. How far do we want to lean into this Ascend plan? I do like the Snubhorns when you actually Ascend. I mean, it's better than these other cards in our colors. Ooh, this is interesting. The land for consistency. The 2-drop, that's a good defensive creature. The Verdict, which is also obviously a good defensive option. And the Plunderer, too. That turns on the Ascend pretty well when stuff starts dying. We're going to go with the Plunderer. We can find Martyrs and Divine Verdicts, but this effect could be very strong with what we want to do. We're going to take a Begrudging Raptor Companion because it has keyword 2-drop. I don't think we'll play the card, but... Ooh, ooh. In the deck we're currently building, Martyr of Dusk is better. We want to be defensive, it replaces itself, and this is a good aggressive creature, but we're not like... We've drafted so far defensive vampires. We want to Ascend. Good card. Not in our colors, but... There's a non-zero chance we'll stick that barrier in. At least in some matchups. Kind of regretting not taking Angrath just to play with something different, but I know Twilight Prophet was just so mind-bogglingly insane in our first draft that I felt like that was the way I wanted to go. Of course, we open a Neckbreaker, which would go fantastically into that Angrath deck, but hey, what are you going to do? The Deep Root Elite is still like 4 tickets. The deck really uses Sky Marcher. Where my attempts at value meet with my attempts at value. This is interesting. Save the Elite. It's a little greedy. I know. If you turn this off right now, I don't blame you. I understand. Oh. This card isn't great, but with what we're trying to do. Again, the Vampire is for a more aggressive deck than us. Recover is good. And the Ceratop's also kind of what we want. I think we're taking the Harpy. I love the name Hornswoggle for a card. It's just fantastic. We're going to take Sky Marcher, I think. We have enough vampires that we should have it should be a 3-mana spell most of the time. And it goes to what we're trying to do here pretty well. Ooh, another Harpy? Or we just take a martyr. I think we're fine to martyr. I'm down to take another harpy. I'm in right now on Ascend, I guess. Hill Giant with upside is probably better than a Raptor Companion. Ooh. I mean, we have a couple good pirates that we can grab with it. Unfortunately, the harpies, I mean, they're mausoleum, but so flavor-wise, I get it. They're mausoleum harpies, but I think we'll take a Forerunner. It's upside there. Pride of the Conquerors is not quite what this deck wants. We don't have that kind of vampire like token creation. I think we'll just take the border. That drawback is minor, and we should have it turned off a lot of the time. We'll take a Revenant, sure. Wow, the Sky Marcher, we almost first pick came around. I mean, I guess we would get the Zealot. We'd have the Sky Marcher and the Zealot. But, yeah. That worked out well. Just picked up a couple tickets. I mean, it's the plan, right? We really need spells, but it's like I've been passing a lot of great ones, unless I've just been blinded by the creatures. Well then. See, I'm a prophet. I'm a prophet. There's a reason we took the Tri-Light Prophet. It's so we could play the Butcher that we take, the Vona that we're going to open in pack 3. See? Easy. Easy. Obviously, this card is insane. We're going to slam the hell out of it. I did just say we could use a spell, but come on. I kind of want to just take a Vampire. I mean, Sky Marcher is good. We don't quite have that many vampires. I think Vampire Seal will just be better. We've just talked about how we need spells. Direfleet Hoarder also good, but Vance's blasting cannons. Let's go. Pious. I think it's the answer here for us. Right? Yeah, I mean, I still don't like Queen's Agent, and that's pretty much the only relevant card we have in our colors, and it's a good one, so. Heartstopper's probably going to be good in this deck, right? Or do we want a Blight Keeper? Nah, I think Heartstopper's going to be better. Not exactly a spell, but kind of, trades for a ground creature. Who? Armasaur? Okay. That's just a good defensive card, again. Ooh. Speaking of good cards for defensive decks. Speaking of good cards for defensive decks. Speaking of decent cards for defensive decks. Paladin of the Bloodstain might be better, but we are like pretty stacked at 4 already. And could just use an extra 2-drop. Because I'm not sure if we want to play this many Stepborn Sentries, or any. We have a couple ways to make tokens, right? Artifact tokens, I'm not crazy. We only have the one. I mean, if we only have the one, that might not be as good. Deadeye Plunderers is so good. I guess we'll sideboard into the Demystifier, though. We don't really have a great way to play the Plunderers, unfortunately. I bet you Hierophant's Chalice is actually decent in this format. That could have been a consideration, though, too. I mean, this deck has a plan. It's clog up the ground till we can ascend, and then ascend. Tomb Robber should help us ascend. Kind of. You gotta discard a card, but if I'm discarding non-relevant cards and getting to better cards, it should be good. Don't have enough Explorer to play the Caravel, even though, you know, we just talked about Tomb Robber. Blightkeeper's fine, though. Like I said, might see a Chalice. We got a couple good 5s. And enough 4s that having a 3-drop that, even though it's doesn't really do much, it does help. As a if that's our 23rd card, it is going to help some of those draws where we draw that in, because we're saying it's a 23rd card against the 5-drops and the it's a better card than an 18th land, because it also accelerates and but it also could theoretically get us to the 4-drops when we're just we get 3 lands and get stuck. I don't think we have enough good pirates to make this a good card. Obviously, we have to play basically all of these because we have no interaction. At least one of those snub horns has to come out. Maybe both. I'm gonna take a little look around here. It's hard because the Dust Chargers are better when the Pitiless Plunderer is in the deck, and vice versa. But I kind of want to cut one of those cards. We're kind of, full up on 4s. I think cutting one of the Chargers is fine. Maybe one of the Harpies too, just to not have too much, to get too loaded on 5s and 6s. 4 of them is still a lot, still plenty. As a 2-mana 2/3 with Defender, this is probably not great. Because we only have one way to make an artifact. When I say Pitiless Plunderer, our creatures have to die for us to get those tokens. So we're not actually ending up very positively in terms of getting towards Ascend, are we? think that's what we want to do. Is it? On the surface, a Dust Charger, like a Hill Giant, is better than an 03 for 1. I think it'll depend on our opponents. I think this is a better way to start it, though, probably. More white than black. It's close, but you're probably right because of the Sky Marchers being early. Alright, Miko, alright. Alright, let's go for round 1. Oh. After we save and continue. Yes. Even as kind of slow this deck is, we still want to play first. We're going to keep this. I know there's potential that we don't do anything and just lose. But there's also potential we just win. Oof, drawing a plant is very good. Opponent doesn't play a 2-drop here. Yep, that's pretty good. I'll give him that. They put it on top. I would assume that means they have another what's it called? Mountain in their hand. Playing the Revenant because we know the opponent has Fire Cannon Blast in hand, and with a Siren Lookout versus our Twilight Prophet can easily trigger the raid they need. Thought maybe they don't have the other mountain. Not bad. We're still not super hyped. Let's just play the Charger. We're still not super hyped about playing this Prophet with the opponent having Blast in hand, even though they continue to not find a mountain. That's annoying. Do we have to play the Twilight Prophet at this point and just hope opponent does not have a mountain as the last card in their hand that's not the doesn't draw one? Because we can play Pious on the Lookout. Still have no blocks. And opponent attacks us down. At least if we play the Prophet, we can pick up a card defensively on their attack before they get to Fire Cannon it. Ooh. Vampire Zeal is going to be very good for us here. First strike for the win. Dive down obviously destroys us as usual, but when does dive down not destroy you? As we've seen so far, even in this format, dive down will always wreck your day. Would love some like sort of 2-drop we could play with the Fathom Fleet border, and just or a land I guess is good, and just get a send on. Oh, right now. I think we still attack with that. I was going to say, given our life total and the fact that we know opponent has Fire Cannon Blast in hand, but they still can't play it. We're going to take that one. They were just going for the raid trigger, but I mean, I should have blocked because they could. Oh, they could Fire Cannon Blast if they had drawn the. I mean, we didn't know they were gonna play a draw spell, so that's kind of taking an extra step. Big money, no whammies. Oh, it was the Paladin, not the Aegisaur. Attack with the 5/5 and then Pious. On the lookout. Yeah. Twilight Prophet continues to be a monster. Like, I guess yes. Another Stubhorn Sentry is better than a Dust Charger because we've seen at least one of those Goblin Lookouts. You got to that's what it's called, the 2/1 Menace. Kind of expect to see some more. So having the 0/3 out there earlier is better than the 3/3, I think. Here we're definitely keeping this hand. Got the blocker, got the dual flyers. Non-land would have been better there, but Okay, could definitely use some non-lands now. Whew. Okay. It's like that, huh? Oh, Baffling End should be decent. Sky Marcha. So we would definitely block the Corsair if they attacked with it. But if they're just going to attack with the Sprinter, we're fine with that too. Looter looking for land, maybe? Oh, maybe not, because they discarded a land. Would really prefer to get a non-land permanent. Opponents already got their value from their 2-1. Ours comes from a trade, so we're definitely happy to leave that back and try to trade while opponent has the unblockable creature and is being very aggressive. Opponent is probably the beatdown, but I'm not trying to take my foot totally off the gas and stop attacking with Sky Marcher. We'll love a 3-drop or less to play with this Baffling End this turn. I mean, that's alright too. I think we're going to Baffling End the Sprinter because the Pious can be used against bigger stuff at a later date. One Sky Marcher in, one back on D. Obviously, we're going to say show us the trick. Yeah, good thing we said show us the trick because, yeah, that works out much better for us than blocking the soul. Alright, we're going to get in with the Martyr, leave back the Flyers, and then play the Charger. And we have ascended. Ooh. Yeah, we'll play that before combat. Yeah. GG. Alright. So that was round 1. Wow, this one's really short. Still, the 2 following games could easily go very long, so click over to that video with the 2 next games. And until then, as always, Twilight Prophet is busted, bananas crazy. Though, I do regret not taking the Foil Grass. And of course, as always, have a great life, folks. Peace.